What's up everybody, and welcome back to another DM's Guild review. We're going to be talking about 5 more free adventures today to put on your table. And if you have tried any of these adventures, guys, make sure you leave it down in the comments, and let's get right into it. Nestled between the craggy mountains and dense forests, there was a village named Gnarlhelm. The people of Gnarlhelm were simple folk who relied on nature's bounty for their livelihood. However, a dark cloud has fallen over the village, and prosperity seemed like a distant memory. The adventurer's mission was to journey to the dangerous island of Sarafal and gather powerful bounties, ultimately delivering them to the House of the High Harvest. As the adventurers traversed the island, they discovered a place of beauty and danger in equal measure. Sarafal was full of old ruins and beautiful natural sights, and the group met many strange people while on their quest. One such character was Nilfen, the hapless mayor of Rorgishheim. The adventurers helped Nilfheim out of many sticky situations, and in return he told them important things about the island's factions and hidden treasures. The adventurers soon became intertwined in the machinations of the island's various factions. They met Rutgar's bandits, a group of crooked outlaws who wanted to control Safril's resources. Xanatho's gladiators are a powerful fighting force that wanted to take over the world, starting from Safral itself. There's also Prince Divia's Knights, a noble order that believed in peace and fairness for everyone. Each of these groups wanted to use the adventurers for their own purposes, but our heroes stuck to their goals of saving Gnarlhelm. During their trip, they found a secret, illegal brewery where halfling moonshiners worked hard to make a strong drink. It was said that the dangerous mixture had a lot of potential, but the moonshiners did not want to give up their prized creation. A fierce battle broke out as the halflings, under Largo Monotron's leadership, fought valiantly to defend their beverage. After a tense battle, the adventurers emerged victorious, gaining possession of a barrel of the potent spirit. Another memorable encounter involves bandits, a cunning group disguised as farmers to steal livestock. The adventurers discovered their scheme and faced a difficult choice: to bring the bandits to justice or to let them go in exchange for a share of the spoils. In one instance on the island, the adventurers crossed paths with the Eternal Lovers, a pair of ghosts trapped in perpetual longing. Unable to reunite in death, the spirits desperately attempted to dig through the earth to reach their graves below. The group felt terrible for them and decided to help, using all of their skills to find and reunite the lovers' bodies and give them peace for all time. As the adventurers traveled deep into Safral, they discovered an old gnome named Rodath, who claimed to judge their intentions based on their actions on the island. Saber-toothed tigers chased those who seemed dangerous, while Rodath gave a magical necklace to those who seemed friendly. These acts of compassion did not go unnoticed, and soon word of the adventurers' deeds spread across the island. The growing fame got them a meeting with Isten, a mysterious person who watched over a secret doorway to the Feywild. Isten told the adventurers that the rewards they sought were valuable treasures and the keys to an old network of portals spread across the Moonshale Isles. This revelation marked a turning point in their journey, and the adventurers realized that the stakes were much higher than they had initially believed. As the adventurers brought the bounties to Isten, they found themselves in the middle of a final battle between the island's different groups. Each faction vied for control of the portal, seeking to harness its power for their own purposes. This once peaceful island was transformed into a battleground. With the adventurers caught in the crossfire, they fought bravely with their backs against the wall, determined to fulfill their mission and bring prosperity back to Gnarlhelm. In the middle of the battle, the mysterious guardian of the portal, Isten, joined the fight and helped the adventurers fight the warring faction. With the help of Isten, the adventurers won the battle, took control of the portal, and killed their last enemies. Isten gave the adventurers a piece of the keystone as a thank you for their hard work. This allowed them to move quickly between the portals on the island. So that was a pretty fun adventure. I'm not really that big of a fan of sandbox adventures where you just pick wherever the story goes. And because of that, you might not be able to experience the story in a way that I've described. And if that story sounded good to you guys, then try to go about the sandbox like I went about in this story, and then it should be a similar experience. Rolling right into our next adventure, The Circle's End by Morrow Gouch. It's an adventure meant for level 8 to 10 characters. A group of brave explorers found an old ruin that was proof of an unknown civilization. The air was heavy with whispers of the past as the echoes of long-lost souls filled the hollow chambers. The entrance, a marvel of stonework, beckon them into the darkness beyond. The party discovers a massive underground cavern with a tower at its center and 6 buildings surrounding it as they went deeper. The water of an underground lake lapped at their feet, reflecting the eerie glow of the cavern's bioluminescent fungi. The air was still and the silence weighed upon them as if something sinister was watching from the shadows. Their journey led them first to Building 1, where they encountered a man named Joral, whose soul had been trapped in a flask of light. The adventurers, driven by compassion and curiosity, decided to release him from his prison. As they did, Joral's soul returned to his body, and he gratefully shared the tale of his master, Daravan, who sought to open a passage to the afterlife. In Building 2, they found a chalice filled with a mysterious, swirling liquid. It was a chalice of silence, a powerful artifact that, when used, could render the user immune to all sound. The party, sensing the potential importance of this chalice, decided to bring it with them. Making their way through the cavern in the next building, the adventurers find themselves discovering the Quiet Shrine. There, a tome revealed the fate of the Order of Daravan's plan to reopen the passage and bestow the Banshee's curse on loyal subjects, also sacrificing them to keep the passage open. The revelation chilled the party to its very core, but the resolve within the party grew even stronger. As they venture into the 4th building, they were met with the sight of a young woman seated on a throne, her eyes closed in an eternal slumber. A cursed banshee hovered above a corpse, prepared to defend the woman. At all costs, the party fought valiantly, breaking the link to the tower and freeing the woman from her cursed existence. In Building 5, they encountered Edral, Daravan's second disciple, an old illusionist. The old illusionist tried to deter the party from disturbing Daravan's mission, but they could not be swayed from their quest. Radal used illusions and called the Wailing Shadows to fight the adventurers in a last-ditch effort to protect his master. The party overcame the illusions and defeated Radal, severing yet another link to the tower. With all of the links to the tower severed, the adventurers heard a cacophonous clang emanating from the tower. A haunting banshee scream filled the air, a chilling reminder of the battle that still lay before them. As the adventurers approached the tower, they used the Chalice of Silence to shield themselves from the deadly sound. They climbed the spiral staircase, their hearts pounding with anticipation. Atop the tower awaited Daravan, his body kept alive by the glow of the flask of light. With the souls he has captured powering a protective barrier around him, Daravan did many things in his lair, such as summoning wisps, fixing his barrier, and casting powerful spells. The adventurers fought fiercely, and in a final desperate act, Daravan released the souls in the flask of light. When the flask broke, the souls flew into the air and lit up the whole cavern in stunning light. Daravan passed away with a smile, content in his belief that he had fulfilled his purpose. In the aftermath, the adventurers found themselves in possession of 2 powerful artifacts, the Flask of Light and the Chalice of Silence. Now that they know about this old temple, they wondered what other strange and magical secrets were hiding in the world around, just waiting to be found. So that's pretty cool. I think the classic dungeon crawl where you find treasure at the end of it is very underrated as far as D&D 5e goes. Sure, you might be able to put that on every single adventure, but most adventures aren't literally that, and you don't get to find a magical item for, you know, let's say you're barbarian or whatever. Moving into our very next adventure, that's The Lake's Reflection by Mauro Gauch. An adventure meant for higher level characters of 10th and 11th level. A group of brave adventurers set out on a journey to discover the mystery of famous Mirror Lake. 3 mysterious benefactors are in charge of an old keep under the water's surface. Their white robes whispered past secrets as they welcomed the surviving warriors with golden chalices filled with wine. As the brave heroes drank, they listened to the tales of past champions, their hearts swelling with pride. The benefactors led the adventurers deep into the keep, where they saw a room with statues covered in jewelry and gold, and golden candelabras that cast flickering shadows. They spoke of the vast riches awaiting the champions before guiding them to 3 elemental doors: wind, fire, and water. The teams were instructed to select a door, venture through, and retrieve an item from the room beyond. A test of foresight, bravery, and strength. The final challenge awaited them. When the adventurers entered the chosen doors, they found themselves in a stone arena with a force field. The elemental power in their swords made them glow in colors that went with the element they chose. The warriors would have to fight a fierce battle until only one team was left. Using the rock, paper, scissors logic of their elements as the fight began, the warriors' eyes locked into a look of determination, and the air cracked with the energy of the elements. After a hard fight, the heroes stood among the dead, while the elemental power opened the door in front of them. They entered a room of inky blackness. The chilling void swallowed them whole. The adventurers' courage was tested as they faced the abyss before emerging unharmed back into the arena. To their surprise, the keep was empty and silent. Its riches vanished. They explored the keep, eventually discovering an exit to the outside world. The once bustling shore of Mirror Lake was now barren and devoid of life. The landscape had transformed into an arid mountainside, and from high above, they heard laughter echoing through the halls. The source of the laughter revealed 3 young men merrymaking in a chamber. The adventurers realized these were the younger versions of the benefactors, transported back to the past. The generous people told the heroes that they had been chosen as champions and asked them for a favor before giving them a lot of money. They were to take a simple chalice, fill it with a golden liquid, and return it through the portal they had used to arrive. The potent and deadly liquid was not to be consumed or spilled. The adventurers took on the task with a mix of curiosity and caution. As they went back through the portal, the true nature of the benefactor's power started to become apparent. The benefactors were, in fact, powerful mages who had imprisoned the moon beast, harnessing its energy to prolong their lives. The essence they needed to live for another 100 years was in the golden liquid in the chalice. The adventurers now faced with the choice: fulfill their task and restore the benefactor's youth, or confront them and risk the consequences. The adventurer's choice would determine the fate of the moon beast, the benefactors, and the mysterious Mirror Lake. They would either become the harbingers of destruction, the unwitting pawns of the benefactors, or the guardians of a powerful secret. Their actions would echo throughout time, a testament to their bravery, strength, and a power of choice. I like the fact that it's not just like some storybook villains or some weird people out in the woods. It's just normal people, maybe powerful people that might have made a bad decision, and at the same time, you have to be able to say, hey, I'm powerful, and this is wrong, and maybe even make them realize that. But who knows? Let's go into the next adventure. We've got Breaking Waves by Marl Gausch again. He's a popular one for this adventure series, and we've got an adventure from 3rd to 4th level. In the darkest hours of a moonless night, a group of weary adventurers found themselves aboard the Saladani, a ship sailing the high seas. With the shadows of the night playing tricks on their eyes, they could not foresee the harrowing events that were to unfold. A gory encounter awaited them, testing their courage, loyalty, and wit. The night was anything but calm. A spine-chilling roar echoed from a mysterious ship perched atop a colossal wave shrouded in a fog. As the adventurers saw scary shadows jump off the ship and swim towards Saladania, the air was full of fear and anticipation. The people on this ship quickly got weapons and gave the adventurers the keys to the room where the ship's engines were. The mission was to locate Captain Bat and the nefarious Nana Inc., for they believed that killing Nana Inc. would cause the ship and the Sheridan Marrow to retreat. The adventurers, filled with trepidation, made their way to the propulsion room. There, they encountered a strange sight and a revolting odor. An intricate network of leather tubes snaked across the room, spewing liquid into large metal troughs. At the back of the room, they saw Captain Bat and his first mate on an elevator platform, wielding nothing but the shape water cantrip to fend off the invading Marrow. High above the chaos, a giggling girl stood atop the metal framework, water spraying from her palms like a torrential downpour. The captain and the girl, who was Nana Inc. in disguise, saw the adventurers immediately. The captain implored them to kill Nana Inc. before it was too late, but the young girl's laughter filled the room. With a magically amplified voice, Nana Inc. gave the adventurers a bargain. Help her capture the captain. She would reward them with a powerful magic artifact and allow the passengers to escape on the lifeboats. Otherwise, they would have to face her wrath and the sinking of the Saladania. The adventurers thought about what they could do and realized that Nana Inc.'s offer was genuine. However, her arrogance led to her believing that the adventurers would pose no real threat. The group knew that hags like Nana Inc. often formed binding contracts and usually adhere to them once made. They faced a difficult decision: align themselves with the sinister Nana Inc. or stand with Captain Bat. Ultimately, the adventurers decided to stay loyal to Captain Bat and turn down Nana Inc.'s evil plan. The fierce battle that ensued was a sight to behold. Captain Bat and his first mate fought the Sheridan Marrow, while the adventurers fought Nana Inc. and her followers. Marrow used their harpoons to keep the heroes at bay, while Nana Inc. cast spells from a safe distance. Even though there was chaos and bloodshed, the adventurers fought bravely and beat Nana Inc. and her Marrow minions. The Sheridan Galleon and remaining Marrow recognized their defeat, but however, the damage to the Saladenia was too significant, and it began to sink into the icy depths of the sea. As the adventurers escaped on lifeboats, they contemplated the consequences of their actions. They had chosen loyalty over personal gain, but what would become of them now that the Sheridan Cove has taken notice of their skills? As the evil hag cackled ominously across the ocean, a scary new chapter was about to start. So that's kind of fun. Making an adventure where even if they do kind of win, you still kind of lose, because everyone was okay. You saved the crew, all of the people that you made a connection with, but their boat and home is gone. So that could be something really crazy to deal with in the next session. And the last of our adventures tonight, The Lost Adventurer. And this one's for level 1 all the way up to level 5, so it's pretty modular. In the quaint village of Shelatan, prepared to celebrate the festival of Ruckus. People in the town were excited as they awaited their champion, Hilda Ruckus, to arrive. However, as the day wore on, Hilda was nowhere to be found. Desperate, the town's mayor, Rictus Ruckus, implored a group of brave adventurers to find the missing champion. The adventurers set forth on their quest, their spirits high and their hearts determined. Along the way, they met a strange pair, Trollspawn, a misunderstood troll, and Grumblin, an oddball goblin. Even though they were initially scared, the adventurers were able to make friends with the two, showing that the first impressions aren't always accurate. As the journey continued, the adventurers encountered Adion bandits lying in wait. Though the bandits tried to ambush them, the party's keen senses and quick thinking turned the tide of battle in their favor. Among the defeated bandits, the adventurers found Hilda Ruckus bound and gagged. Grateful for her rescue, Hilda shared her harrowing tale of being possessed and losing control of her body for an entire month. With only a hand-drawn map of a mysterious town as a clue to her ordeal, Hilda and the adventurers set off to uncover the truth. Using the map as a guide, the group went off the beaten path and found a beautiful tower in a hidden clearing. The ivy-covered walls had beautiful stained glass windows, and 3 large hounds stood guard at the door. The adventurers carefully approached the hounds and used their smarts to make friends with them. Inside, the tower revealed itself as a warm and inviting sanctuary, with books on magic lining the walls and a crackling fireplace casting flickering shadows. Soon, the adventurers found out who lived in the tower: Zizzy Lamar, a friendly gnome necromancer, and Reyna, the ghost of a dragonborn who was Shelaton's first champion. Reyna's tale unraveled a story of curses, solitude, and determination. Reyna, who had killed the necromancer, was cursed and ecstatic to return to Shelaton, even as a ghost. When Hilda camped near Reyna's resting place, without knowing it, the spirit took over her in an attempt to help the village, but fate stepped in when Reyna met Zizzy. He offered to build a structure for Reyna to live in so she could return to the tower she loved. The adventurers had to choose between helping Zizzy and Reyna, with their plan getting Reyna to stay dead or fighting the necromancer. With kindness and intelligence, the party decided to help Reyna's rebirth by letting her move into the construct and go home. Also, the return to Shelaton, a new challenge emerged. The clever leader of the Hadion bandits, Zan Zathar, came at them with a group of his followers because they had been defeated before. A fierce battle ensued, with Reyna aiding the party in her newly constructed form. Together they emerged victorious against the bandit. Upon returning to Shelaton, the villagers erupted in joyous celebration. The adventurers were hailed as heroes and lavished with food, drink, and generous reward. Rictus Ruckus The mayor of Shelaton was so thankful that he paid for a grand statue to honor the brave people who had helped Shelaton get back together with their beloved champion. In time, the tower in the hidden clearing became a symbol of hope and redemption. Its once foreboding presence is now a beacon of light for those seeking solace and understanding. Sizzy Lamar kept learning about magic and helping people who came to her for advice. Raina settled into her new life and protected the village she loved. So that's really cool. This is definitely a story that exemplifies the lesson of appearances may not be what they seem. You're helping a necromancer, you're helping a ghost, the ghost is trying to protect the village. All of these things that you may not initially think when you think of a necromancer, a ghost, and a protector. Or even in our very first encounter, we'll be able to look at two of the most common combat encounters, but this time it's a social encounter. If you were going to try to make your party expect the unexpected, then this is a good way to start. But if you guys liked any of those adventures, make sure to leave it down in the comments. And I will see you guys later. And I do like to say this every now and then, but if you go to the DM's Guild, find one of these free adventures, absolutely love playing it, why don't you just go ahead and give $1 or $2 to the person that made it. But other than that, I'll see you later.